Hey y'all, welcome back to Life Unscripted with KC. Today I just wanted to talk about a couple of videos that I saw over the weekend, and one was a TikTok video, and I think you can find her on TikTok at Obey Him Sis, OBEYHIMSIS. So this was a black woman who, you know, it took a lot of guts for her to do this. But she made a video apologizing to white people for her previous feelings on white people. And, you know, as far as I'm concerned, no apology needed. Just, you know, just be nice. But it took a lot of integrity and guts for her to do that. And there were hundreds of comments. Now, another YouTuber reposted this on YouTube, and that's how I found it. But there were hundreds of comments. And I may have seen 4 or 5 negative comments about it. But y'all, I had tears welled up in my eyes. Not because of an apology, because like I said, for me it's none needed. It's, you know, just be a good human. But for what it represented is why I teared up. And to me, you know, we need so much more of that. If you please look her up on TikTok and watch her video. She's a younger black woman, and she, I guess, was recently saved or found Jesus. And, you know, one comment was that was made said something to the effect of, what changed her mind? And, you know, I'm not, you know, apology not accepted, and we've been through too much, and actions speak louder than words. Why did you change your mind? And all, you know, just on and on. A very negative comment. And my response to that person was, she didn't change her mind. Her mind is not what changed. It was her heart. And, you know, she went on to say how she was filled with hate. And for no other reason than it was what she was immersed in. It was her surroundings. It was what she heard all the time, not necessarily what she experienced. And what she said was that she experiences racism, but not on the scale that is being touted in social media and on the mainstream media and by the left. Not to that scale. And she said that she was bad-mouthed and mistreated and received racism from her own race. Because her, you know, her skin was either too light or it was too dark, or, you know, whatever. But she received more hate from her own community than from the white community. And when she began to see that we were not her enemy, you know, she realized all that. And, you know, maybe for some people it is all in their mind, but the majority of what I see is a heart issue. And then another video I watched on YouTube was, I don't remember his name. I don't even think I looked at the title, but he was a young white man who went out to the ICE protest out in Chicago, and this other younger black man confronted him and was very, very hateful. And the white guy was just, you know, calm and said, you know, why do you say that? Why do you think that? Can you give me an example of that? And the other guy couldn't. And he was just foul-mouthed and just, you know, said some things about Charlie Kirk and how he was racist and he was this and he was that. And the young white guy said, you know, kept asking him, can you give me an example of when Charlie was racist. He said, I'm seriously asking, like, if you can tell me, I really want to know. And the guy couldn't. So the guy went back the next day, and the next day, and the next day, and both of these guys were still there. And after a few days, the black guy and the white guy were getting along. They were walking together, just talking. And the people on this guy's YouTube channel, because I believe he was doing some live feeds, and they were commenting, and the black guy's name was Jake, and they were saying, "Hi Jake, how are you?" And just being really nice. He goes, "They're talking to me?" And the guy's like, "Yeah, they love you, Jake." And so he went on Jake went on this guy's Discord. And I'm not on Discord, so I'm assuming that they have some sort of live chat or vocal chat or something, because he was on there verbally responding to people, and he was on there, y'all, for 10 hours just talking to conservatives and laughing and joking and having a great time. And to hear that and to see these two videos, it kind of gives me hope, a little bit of hope, that hearts and minds are being turned around. And that's what we need here in America, is we just need to understand each other. We need to understand, I already understand this, a lot of people do not, but I understand that, there's a reason why we're called the United States of America. If our government can keep us fighting with each other and at each other's throats and chaos all the time, then we're not going to be paying attention to what they do. As long as we're taking what they tell us at face value and not doing our own research or thinking with our own minds, they can pretty much do anything they want. And I think an example of that is this whole Ma'am Danny thing. I think that was a mistake. If he was actually voted in by the people, excuse me, y'all. When I start talking, I got a cough. If he was actually voted in by the people, it was a big mistake. I don't think that he was voted in by the people. I cannot see that many people voting for someone with this guy's background and the fact that, they were the heart of 9/11. And now this guy is coming out and reneging on all of his promises. Guys, now it's too late. That's why we always say elections have consequences. You can't just take what they say on face value. You have got to do your own research. Going back to the first video, the young black woman, there was a lot about history that she didn't realize, or that she wasn't taught. And it's because the history is not being taught correctly. Now, as a young woman, she has done her own research, and she knows that, she was taught incorrectly and things were purposely left out. Because as long as you know history, there's a saying, what is it? History erased repeats itself, or something to that effect. And that's what they're trying to do, guys. Do you not realize that we have gone from pre-Obama being a melting pot of peoples back to being segregated? Do y'all not see that? You've got black churches, you have black clubs, you've got black this, you've got Latino, for the side to swear up and down that they are all inclusive. Look at what they're doing to Christians. Look at what they're doing to white men. Look at what they're doing to white people in general. They are not all inclusive. There are a lot of people from the gay community in New York City. What do Muslims do to gay people? Y'all, this is a screwed up mess. And there was another video of, I think it was a Turning Point event, where this young, I guess it was a gay guy, supported Mamdani. And he was asked, do you know what they do to gay people? And apparently he did not, which shows you he does not do any kind of research and does not listen to anybody. Because I don't know how you can live in the United States today and not know what Muslims do to gay people. And the guy had the look of terror on his face when he was told. Something else that I saw, I'm going to start writing down these channels and these YouTubers for you guys, because you really have to see it. But a YouTuber showed a video clip of a pastor. He's a black pastor in a black church. And from the pulpit, he was sowing racial division. From the pulpit. Now, when we get to heaven, y'all, there's not a black section, there's not a white section, there's not a Latino section, there's not a, Asian section. So why are we doing that here as Christians? But anyway, this guy was sowing division from his pulpit, and I'm going to tell you something. If you are sitting under a pastor who verbally hates white people, who stands from his pulpit as a minister of God and incites racial division, you need to get up and you need to run as fast as you can and as far away as you can, because he is not a shepherd, that is a wolf. What we need now more than ever is unity, and I'm so glad to see videos that are being posted to combat some of the negativity that we see every day. And we need more of that. There's a girl on Facebook. Her name is, I guess her Facebook name is CC Mink. The letters CC and then Mink, M-I-N-K. And she has a small business selling silk bonnets. And she promotes them to both black and white women. Because as you can tell, I mean, look at this curly hair. And I actually ordered one from her, and it does help my hair not to be so matted and tangled the next day. But she is on a journey to get 100 members who want unity between our races. So I encourage you to look her up on Facebook. Even if you don't order a hair bonnet from her, just give her a thumbs up, give her a heart, send her some love. It's people like that. That's the kind of change I want to see. Not the division, not the hatred. And guys, we have got to wake up and understand that as long as we allow the AOCs, the Chuck Schumers, the Mamdanis, the Pelosi's, all these people, the Hakeem Jeffries, to keep us divided, y'all, they're gonna beat us. If you are dependent upon the government for anything that you need, such as food, it can be shut off at any time, just like with this whole government shutdown and the SNAP benefits. Sorry, y'all, I had to pause it because I had to sneeze. If if they take us into a digital currency, I mean, some of you people out there are going to be the first ones that they shut everything off for. And you're going to be saying, but I supported you. I agreed with this. I supported that. The one time of ticking them off or doing or saying the wrong thing, they will shut off access to your money. They will shut off your food stamps, whatever. They can shut your power off. This whole free grocery store or low income grocery stores, that can be closed. They can close the doors at any time if society is not doing what they want and living up to their expectations. And that's kind of what Mamdani has done with, stop sending us money. We made it in, we won the election, blah, blah, blah. And then a couple of days later, he goes, you remember how I told you could stop sending money? Well, you can start sending it again now. So he's telling you he's going to freeze your rent. He's going to give, free bus passes and free this and free that and very low cost groceries. But yeah, he's telling you to send him money. Most of you can't afford to send a politician money. I know I can't, and I make a pretty decent living, but I don't support any politician monetarily. None. But this is the same guy that has promised you free everything, and now he's asking you to send him money. Or he didn't really ask. He pretty much told you to send him money. So I'm hoping that somewhere along the line, that mayoral race can be undone. For the sake of you New York City people, I hope to God that can be undone by some way, somehow. But you got to always remember that elections have consequences. We need to figure out how in the heck Pelosi and Schumer and AOC and somebody like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, how are these people getting reelected after every single election they win? Because I cannot see us welcoming in Sharia. And I'm telling you guys, up in Minnesota, there are more Muslims and Somalians up there than anything else. And now you've got a Muslim mayor in freaking New York City. And now they're saying that Texas is next. Their sole goal is to take over our country. And how are they going to do that? It's by winning elections and getting into our government. And we're allowing them to do that. Do you want to live under Sharia? I know I don't. My daughter is gay. I don't want her living under a Muslim leadership. I don't want any gay person living under a gay Muslim leadership. Guys, we really have got to start banding together, and we have got to unify and fight what is going on in this country. We have got to get common sense back to being normal. We have got to start loving each other because, number one, we're all God's children first. We are all Americans, and we're all human. We are not each other's enemy. And I don't know what it is going to take for some of you guys to understand that. I'm a conservative. I'm not your enemy. I don't hate you because you support the left. I don't understand the way that you're thinking, and I don't understand why you take things at face value, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to hate you. That doesn't mean that I want to off you or your family. I don't know who this guy was that won an election here recently, but he's the one that it was one of these off-year elections. He's the one that said that he wanted to kill a Republican and his kids, his wife and kids, and doubled down on it. And people still voted for him. And I don't understand that. But anyway, guys, I'm at work again. And I've got to get back upstairs to finish off the afternoon. And so anyway, guys, leave me a comment down below if you have seen some of these videos that I've talked about, or if you have one that you would want me to watch and then give my opinion on. Just leave me a comment below, leave me an emoji, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button so that this video can get out there. And please, please, please look up CC Mink on Facebook and look up Obey Him Sis on TikTok and send those two women some love, will ya? All right, y'all. I will see you on the next one. Bye.